Hello YouTube, this is Todd Martin and welcome back for another tutorial. I'm going to be starting up a new series which Truvis asked me to do, which is going over some stuff in cPanel. Not really getting into the server side like he's been doing. I'm going to be going more into like the end user stuff. So eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of walk through some theory of web hosting, I guess, just talk about like what web hosting is and how it works. Then I'm going to be talking about how to use cPanel, or actually in this video I'm going to talk about how to use cPanel, and probably some of the next videos I'll talk about what web hosting is and how it all works. So I'm going to talk about those two things, and then I'm probably going to start talking about working with website software such as WordPress, OpenCart, and all that good stuff. So as you can see, I have a cPanel login page up. Kind of a neat thing about accessing cPanels, there's two ways you can do it. We'll take Solid Shell, Solid Shell Security. You can either access it through port 2083, which is the default port, and to access a port on a website, after the TLD, and the TLD is right here, which would be the .com, .org, .net, .info, .biz, .co, all of those. After that, you will put a colon, and then you will put the port number, which is 2083, or you can also do a /cPanel, and that should work too. It takes you right to port 2083. So as you can see, I have my username and password, and we are logged in successfully. So this is cPanel. cPanel is web software, web-based software that allows you to easily manage your website. There are many other different versions, or not versions, but there are many different kinds. There's cPanel. If you use GoDaddy hosting, you have Plex. If you use Solid Shell Security, which is us, we use cPanel. GoDaddy's Plex, HostGator, cPanel. There's also one called Webmin, which is not too big. cPanel is probably the most popular, and I would say plus than Webmin. So alright, as you can see up here, we have preferences. Here's some tutorials. Here's a getting started wizard, change your password, all that good stuff. Here's everything to manage email accounts. And if we want to add an email account, we can just type in all the information right here. There's the home button. Have our backup, our file manager. Now there are different ways to manage files using cPanel. You can use the file manager, which is this right here, and you can upload and edit. It can be a little bit slower. You can also do FTP, which is a little bit quicker, and I'll get into a little bit of how to set up an FTP account and all of that also. Over here on the left, we can view our stats, domain, home directory, the IP address we last logged in. We can also see our virtual memory usage and our physical memory usage, number of processes, our disk space, which this one is unlimited, and this is the amount of megabytes. Same thing with bandwidth, how much information is being transferred. And we can see a lot of different things about our website. Here's our logs, so we can see exactly how much bandwidth is being used at certain times, and kind of like statistics, security, SSH access is in here, secured socket lock and transport layer manager, which is SSL and TSL, IP deny manager. We can manage our domains. Here we can redirect our domain, so if we want to make it to where, let's say for an example, if we want solidshellsecurity.com/ trying to think of a good example. /tech news. We can redirect it so whenever someone inputs that into the URL, it can go to a different website or a different section. Here we can manage our databases. Usually MySQL is what's used. It's more popular, and along with phpMyAdmin to manage them and a little bit more deeper level. And software and services, all of this stuff kind of varies depending on the company. We offer Cloudflare, and we also offer Softalicious. And as you can see down here, we have these little install scripts where, let's say I want to install WordPress. I can click it. I can click install, and I can easily go through and install things. So randomly generated password, or you can change it. Go back to control panel. You also have your little bit more advanced stuff, network tools, submit a support request, Apache handlers, error pages. So this is cPanel, and we'll get a little bit more into it as we go along, exactly with working with everything. So this is cPanel.